Welcome to Oakwood Estates. Perfect lawns, perfect houses, perfect lies. Here, the HOA holds all the cards. Power struggles brew behind every fence. The sun beat down relentlessly on pristine green grass. But for Mark, this morning was about to become an absolute nightmare. Lot 42, Mark's home. 5 years of perfecting this lawn. It wasn't just grass, it was pride. Every weekend spent edging, but look closer. Something's wrong. Chaos has arrived. Mark stood inside. He paid his dues, followed every rule. So why did it feel like the rules just changed? Something feels off. He walked toward the window, each step heavier. That dread, knowing something's wrong before you see it. Just look, and there it was. A bright yellow swing set, a picnic table, a sign. Community gathering spot, where his lawn used to be. That's my property, Lot 42. It wasn't a mistake. It was a full-scale occupation. Bright yellow, freshly installed. The metal chains glinted in the sun. Plastic seats warm. This was a statement, a symbol of overreach. The HOA believed their vote superseded his deed. Community gathering spot. Sounds friendly. But here, it was a declaration of war. How did they think they'd get away with it? They picked the wrong house. Shock, anger, but beneath it, calculation. He memorized the position. He memorized the sign. They think I'll fold. They're wrong. A case was
We need to
being
address
built.
these issues
Behind
immediately.
curtains, neighbors
The reports
whispered.
show a clear and
Nobody
urgent
fights
need
the
for
HOA
action.
and wins.
We cannot
The
delay.
community
The
held
consequences
its
could be
breath.
severe.
The HOA made
I urge
their
you to
move,
act now.
But they made one critical mistake. If they want to fight, they've got one. What would you do? Comment below. Subscribe for part 2, where Mark strikes back. This is the battle for Lot 42. Don't miss it. The sun climbed higher. By noon, the heat wasn't just coming from the sky. It was radiating
Mark, what
from
is
the
this? Explain
driveway.
yourself.
What
It's not what you
started
think.
as a
I can explain.
landscaping
Explain
error
what?
had
These documents are
mutated.
clear.
It's complicated.
It was
I
no
need
longer
time.
a
Time, we're
mistake.
done here.
It
Fine,
was a
you'll see.
hostile takeover. The maintenance crew didn't stop. Hammer after hammer, stake after stake. They were driving metal into the soil, mere feet from Mark's
No,
porch.
I won't allow
Each
it.
strike was
The
a
matter is
message.
closed.
They
Do not
weren't
bring it up
asking
again.
for permission.
This is
They were
not up for
taking
debate.
ground. Then
I expect
she
you to
arrived,
respect that.
The board member.
Looking
dressed
good, guys.
in a
Keep it
stiff
neat.
blazer
You
that
got it,
looked like
boss.
armor, a
Watch the bushes
clipboard
there.
clutched
Got
in
it.
her
All
hands
clear.
like a shield. She didn't walk.
All
she
done on this
marched.
side.
Her
Perfect. Good
heels
work.
clicked
We
on the
have to
pavement,
talk about
a
this
sharp
now.
sound cutting through
I
the
don't know,
noise
but this
of the
isn't the
workers.
place.
She wasn't here
I don't
to
care. We need to
negotiate.
fix
She
this.
was here to
All right.
enforce. She
What's your
stopped at the
plan?
edge of the new park. She looked at Mark's house, then at the crew, then at the driveway. She took a breath and she loudly declared the impossible. The board has voted.
Attention, we have a
Effective
situation that
immediately,
requires
we
your
are rezoning
cooperation.
the front
Please
20
remain calm and follow
all
my
corner
instructions
lots
precisely.
for community use.
All right,
No
time to get going.
notifications were required. This is an emergency
Let's see what's
aesthetic
ahead.
Improvement. Rezoning.
Stop right there.
Without
Don't
notifying
move.
Owners?
Officer, I didn't
She
do
said
anything.
it like it was fact.
I need to see
like it
some of
was
the
law.
ID. Now.
But anyone
This is
who
ridiculous.
owns a home knows.
Son,
you
hands
can't
where I
just
can see 'em.
vote away private property.
Unit 12, go
Not
ahead.
Without due process.
Be advised, suspect
not
is
without
heading
notice.
east on 5th Street.
But she didn't care
Copy.
about
Description?
process. She
White
cared
male,
about
6 foot, dark
progress.
jacket. Copy
Their
that. Moving.
Progress. The crew kept
I
working.
can't believe this
they
is
didn't look
happening.
at Mark. They didn't look
After
at the
everything
law.
been through.
They looked at her.
How could you
She
do
was
this
the
to me?
authority here, or so
I
she
have
thought.
to think too
The
much.
stakes went deeper. The lines were being drawn, not in the grass, but in the legal sand. Mark watched from the porch. The shock from the morning was gone, replaced by something
Is there a problem,
colder.
officer?
They
Ma'am,
think
please
a
stop
vote
your vehicle.
changes a
Okay,
deed.
stopping now.
They think
You
power
can't drive
changes
this on the
ownership.
street.
They're
But it's
wrong.
just a golf cart.
Mark
It's against
stepped out.
regulations.
He wasn't screaming.
Listen
he
closely.
Wasn't crying.
We have a serious
He
situation
was
to
holding
involve.
a document.
You follow my
his
instructions
property
exactly.
survey, the
Time
legal
is
boundary
critical.
of
We
Lot
must act
42.
now.
He walked
Stay with
down
me
the
and we'll get
steps,
through this.
Into the heat, into the conflict. Stop. This is private property. Here is the survey. Lot 42 ends here. You are trespassing. He cited the law.
I'm sorry, you
he
can't
cited
enter.
the deed.
The property is
he
private.
gave them a chance
What?
to stop.
We were told we could
to
come in.
correct the
This
error,
is ridiculous.
to
We have an
save face.
appointment.
But
I have
face
my
wasn't
orders.
What she was saving.
Please turn the car
Power
around.
was. She dismissed him with a wave, a literal wave of her hand like swatting a fly. The arrogance was staggering. She believed their internal votes superseded state property laws. She believed recorded deeds were optional suggestions. It was legal theft in broad daylight, and she was threatening him for trying to stop it. Mark looked at the paper, then at her. The contrast was clear. Ink on paper versus words in air. Law versus whim. He realized then this wasn't about the lawn anymore. It was about control. They wanted to see if he would break. You can't fine me for protecting my land. The law doesn't work that way.
Operator, patch me through to extension 2086.
Sun, hot
Yes,
tempers.
this is urgent. The situation
crew
is
paused,
escalating.
Waiting.
I'll hold.
The HOA lady stood
I understand.
firm,
We'll handle it.
Waiting.
I'll review the
Mark
notes and
stood
coordinate
ground,
immediately.
Waiting.
The team
He
needs to assemble
realized
now.
words
We can't
weren't
delay.
enough. They wanted
be there
a
in
fight.
10.
He'd give them one, but not on their
Yes, I've
terms,
reviewed the
on
projections. The
law's
growth is
terms.
promising.
He walked back
The supply
inside,
chain needs attention.
calmly.
I'll follow
The
up.
real battle
Agreed.
was just
Let's schedule for
starting.
next week.
Would you accept
Good night.
fines for protecting your land, or would you fight? Comment below. Subscribe for part 3, where Mark makes his move. The battle for Lot 42 continues. Don't miss it. The sun began to set, but the heat didn't leave Oakwood Estates. If anything, the tension grew thicker as the shadows lengthened. By evening,
All
the
quiet on the
situation
perimeter.
had crossed
Good
a
to hear.
line.
Have a
It
safe
was no
patrol.
longer
Will do.
about landscaping.
You have a good night.
It was no longer about aesthetics. It was about control.
You shouldn't be here.
The
This is
HOA
private.
had
I know,
escalated.
but
I need to
They
speak
hadn't
with-
just
need to
taken the lawn.
You
They
need
had
to leave
brought in
now.
enforcement,
Please, just 5
a
minutes, it's
security
important.
guard,
No, leave before I call
uniformed,
security.
armed with
Control, this is
authority.
checkpoint Alpha.
He
Alpha, perimeter
sat
breach.
next to the yellow
Affirmative Alpha,
swing
motion
set,
sensors trip,
watching,
possible intruder.
waiting.
Copy. Requesting
The
backup.
driveway gate
Backup
ran
on route,
alongside
ETA,
the
5
newly
minutes. Moving to
installed
secure.
swings, and now it was blocked. Look at his face. He wasn't happy. You could see it in his eyes. Discomfort, uncertainty. He was
I
a
can't
hired
believe this is
hand,
happening again.
caught in the middle of a
We have to
legal
do something
war.
would be forced.
He wore the dark blue
consequences would be
uniform, the
irreversible.
cap, the badge.
He must
But
know.
he knew this wasn't standard
State your
procedure.
purpose.
He was
I have an
guarding a
appointment.
park that shouldn't
code.
exist,
Alpha 7239.
on land that didn't
Confirmed.
belong to the
Proceed.
community.
Thank
But
you.
orders were orders. He stood
Evening.
up as
Code
Mark
is
approached,
4729.
firm,
Good evening, sir.
unmoving,
Checking now.
a wall
Confirmed.
in blue
Access
fabric.
granted.
Sir,
Thank you.
I
Please proceed
can't
to the
let
main
you
office.
pass.
Will do. Thank you.
Community zone takes
Got the
precedence.
keys? Time to check out
Construction
my new
hours are
place.
still active.
This is
You'll
gonna
need
be
to
great.
wait. Mark walked
go
towards
see.
his car. It was trapped behind the swing set, behind the guard, behind the bureaucracy. He wasn't asking for special treatment. He was asking for access to his own home, to his own driveway. The gate ran alongside the swings. Technically, there was space, but the guard stood in the way. The community zone had expanded.
Almost there. It's a bit more
It
torque.
now swallowed individual egress.
that should hold it.
swallowed rights.
Inside.
Mark's voice was steady, but inside, the pressure was building.
don't have my phone.
This wasn't
The
just
situation has
inconvenience.
escalated beyond what
This
we
was
anticipated.
confinement.
I need you to trust
Safety
me and act
protocols
now.
for a
Please.
swing set?
Before
It was
it's
an
too late.
excuse, a
Escort
flimsy
Sergeant
shield
Boss,
to
11016
hide the
at Elm and
aggression.
Sif, moving to
The
investigate.
guard looked
Approaching the
uncomfortable.
vehicle. Stand
He
by.
shifted his weight. He
me
wouldn't
your
meet
hands,
Mark's
now!
eyes. He knew he was wrong, but he was paid to stand there. And so he stood, a human barricade. Mark looked at the guard, then at the swings, then at the gate. The breaking point was here. They weren't just taking his grass anymore. They were holding his property hostage. Think about
Yes, I
that.
understand how
A
bad is it.
homeowner trapped in his own home
up, the deal
by
is
the
falling
people
apart. We need a
sworn
new
to protect
strategy
the
now. What
about the
community's
contingency
value.
plan?
Yes,
The
but we need
irony
supplier
was
approval.
poisonous.
I'll call them.
The guard keyed his walkie-talkie, reporting the situation. Mark was no longer a resident. He was a problem to be managed, an obstacle to progress.
This is private
And
property.
watching
You
it
must leave
all
now.
was her,
Please, it's an
the board
emergency. We have
president.
nowhere else to go.
She sat in
I
her
have my
golf
orders.
cart,
No
far
exceptions.
enough to be
But sir,
safe,
we're desperate.
close enough to
We'll find
see.
another way.
She wasn't hiding.
We have to
She
get
was
through this
smiling,
gate.
triumphantly.
Looks locked and
She
dangerous.
watched the guard block
our
Mark.
only way.
She
Come on.
watched the car stay trapped.
Stay close.
To her,
Always.
this wasn't theft.
Listen to
it
me.
was
We are out
governance,
of time.
collective
The situation has
authority
escalated
over
far beyond our
individual
control.
rights.
If we don't act
She
now,
was
there will be no
convinced,
turning back.
that
We
their
must
vote
proceed
made them
whatever the cops
untouchable,
This legal
convinced
notice
that
is
within the
addressed to
gated
you.
community,
It
they were
outlines
the
the
law.
actions you must take
She didn't
immediately.
see the danger.
Failure to
She
comply
didn't
will
see
result
the
in legal
line she was
consequences.
crossing. She
Please
saw
review it carefully.
compliance. She saw victory. But she was looking at the wrong man. The neighbors watched in silence, behind their curtains, behind their fences. They saw the guard, they saw the golf cart, they saw Mark standing alone. The power dynamic had shifted entirely to the board.
This
The
notice of
neighbors
violation has
whispered,
serious
but no
repercussions.
one came out.
This can't be happening. It's
No
a
one helped.
misunderstanding.
The evidence is
Fear
clear. You
is a
must comply.
powerful
I
silencer.
followed every
They were
protocol.
afraid
The
that if they
report says
spoke,
otherwise.
they would be next. Silence. The loudest sound in the neighborhood. Mark was alone, but sometimes alone is where the strongest
We have to go
decisions
now.
are made.
Through into that gate.
This was the
Don't
breaking
turn him
point.
me.
They had taken the lawn, they had threatened
Follow me.
fines.
We move
Now
together.
they had blocked his exit.
Ready? Let's go.
This was unlawful
I can't let
detention.
you in. The gate
This was
stays
conversion of
But you don't
private
understand.
property.
I have to get through.
Mark
Well, my
looked at the
orders are
guard,
clear. No one
then
passes.
at the lady in
This
the
is a
cart.
matter of life
He
and
didn't
death.
say another word.
sorry.
He turned around, he walked back into his house, but this time he wasn't retreating. He was reloading. You want to play games? Let's play. But I choose the board. Has an HOA ever trapped you in your own home? Comment below. Subscribe for part 4, where Mark finds the loophole. The battle for Lot 42 is far from over. Subscribe now. Outside, the board members waited. They expected screaming. They expected tears. They expected a man broken by pressure. But Mark didn't give them the satisfaction. He turned away from the window. His
Mark, we
movements
have
were
to go.
slow,
Now.
deliberate,
What are you talking about?
calm.
They know
Too
it's not
calm.
safe here.
It unnerved
How? What do
them.
we do?
A
My
man
car's
who
close. Let's
loses
go.
his land
Okay.
should panic.
Let's go.
A man who loses his access should rage. But Mark,
I can't
he
believe
walked
this.
away, into the shadows
This
of his
changes
hallway.
everything.
The silence of the house swallowed him. The HOA watched the curtain fall. They thought he was retreating. They were wrong. He wasn't running. He was reloading. He moved through the hallway. Family photos lined the walls. Memories of a life built on stability, on law, on order. Each step echoed slightly in the quiet house. No panic, no frantic packing. He wasn't preparing to leave. He was preparing to stay and to fight. The HOA believed force was power. They believed noise was authority. But Mark knew better. Real power is
Motion
quiet.
carries.
Real authority is written in ink.
We need to talk.
Not
It's
shouted
important.
in driveways.
What is it?
He reached.
I
the
overheard
end of the
something we
hall,
can't
the
ignore
home
it.
office,
What did you
the
hear?
brain of
Plans
the
that put everyone
operation.
at risk.
They
We have
think
to act
noise
now.
Wins.
It's a
They
pleasure to
think
do business with
bullying
you.
Works.
Likewise,
They
I
haven't
believe
read
this will
the
be
fine
mutually
print.
beneficial.
The
Absolutely.
office
I look
smelled
forward
of
to our
old
next steps.
paper and dust.
As do I.
It was
Let's
a room
schedule a
of
follow-up.
records, of receipts, of rights. Mark didn't turn on the main light, just the desk lamp, a pool of warm light in the dim room. He went to the shelf, not the top.
This
not
document
the
is an
bottom,
easement agreement
the
and
middle,
boundaries outlining the
hidden
terms and
behind newer
conditions.
files.
The agreement is
He
executed
pulled
by
it
the
out.
parties whose
A
signatures
thick
appear below.
binder, dust
Their
covered.
signatures affirm
The
acceptance
label
and
was
understanding of the
faded but
terms.
legible. Original
Well,
subdivision
here we are.
plots and easements. This wasn't just paperwork.
Back home.
This was the genesis, the blueprint, the truth before the HOA rewrote the history.
Here
Look
are the
at his
keys.
face.
Thank
no
you.
anger, just focus.
You're all set.
The kind of focus
appreciate
a
it.
surgeon has before an incision. He knew what was in that binder. He'd read it before. But today he needed to be sure. He needed to be precise. One wrong move and the HOA would claim victory.
This
One
is such a
right
peaceful
move,
spot.
And the entire board
I
would
love these
crumble.
quiet walks.
He sat down.
The sun
leather
feels
chair
so
creaked.
good out here.
He opened the binder.
Just what I needed
Plastic
today.
sleeves crinkled. Maps, surveys, deeds, dates from 1985, before the HOA existed, before the rules changed. 1985, before they were born, before they ruled. He flipped through the pages. His finger traced the lines. Lot 42, his lot, but also the entrance, the gate, the road. The HOA claimed it all. They collected fees for it. They controlled it. But the original developer agreements, they told a different story. Mark found the page, Section 4, Paragraph B, easement rights. His eyes scanned the text.
I've been thinking a lot about
touched
challenges
his
we're
lips.
facing.
Not joy,
It's not easy, but
satisfaction.
I believe we
He
can
had
overcome
found the
them.
lever.
But we
Now
need to
he
support
just
each other
needed
to make it
pull
happen.
it.
Together,
He didn't
we can
call
do
a
this.
lawyer.
Hello there,
Lawyers
it's great to
take
see
time.
you.
Lawyers take
I really
money.
enjoyed our
He didn't
conversation
call the
yesterday.
News
Your
takes drama.
insights were
He needed
incredibly
facts.
helpful.
He picked
I
up
look
the
forward to
landline,
talking again
the
soon.
heavy plastic receiver.
I've got
He
it!
dialed a number.
Kick it
The
over here!
county clerk's
My turn!
office. Direct,
Yeah, go
unbiased,
for it!
official.
I'm open!
Yes, this is
Woo,
Mark,
kite
Lot
fly!
42, Oakwood Estates. I need to verify the status of the main entrance gate mechanism, specifically ownership records, 1985 plats. Is it deeded to the HOA or the original lot owners? His voice was steady, no shaking, no hesitation. He wasn't asking for help, he was asking for confirmation. The clerk on the other end searched, papers shuffled, keys clicked. Mark waited. He looked out the window. The neighbor's house was visible. The curtain moved. Someone was listening. Good. Let them hear. Let them wonder. So the gate isn't theirs. It's ours, the owner's. Interesting. Very interesting. The curtain stopped moving. The neighbor heard. The seed was planted. Doubt is a virus, and it spreads faster than truth.
Almost
the
there, it's a bit
HOA
more torque.
thought they were secure. They thought the gate
All right,
was
that
their
should hold it.
power, but
Let's
Mark
get inside.
just cut the power line. The neighbor would talk. The word would
Listen,
spread.
we don't
the
have
board's
my phone.
authority was
The
leaking.
situation has
He
escalated
hung up
beyond
the
what
phone.
we anticipated.
The click
I
echoed
need
in
you
the
to
room.
trust me and
He
act
closed
now.
the binder.
Please.
Dust settled.
Before it's too
He
late.
sat back in the chair.
Dispatch for Southern
The
Possible
calmness
1016
returned.
at Elm and
But
Sif,
now
moving to
it was
investigate.
different.
Approaching
It
the
wasn't
vehicle,
the
stand
calm
by.
of defeat. It was the calm
Show me your
of
hands,
certainty.
now!
He knew something they didn't. He held the key, literally and figuratively. The HOA had trapped his car, but Mark had just trapped their entire community. Checkmate. Do you know who owns your community gate? Check your deeds. Comment below. Subscribe for part 5, where Mark locks them out.
Yes, I
the
understand.
battle
How bad
for
is
Lot
it?
42
Okay, thank you.
continues. Don't
Listen
miss
up.
it.
The deal is falling apart.
Mark
we need a new
walking out
strategy
with
now.
What about the
keys, slow
contingency
pan.
plan?
Yes, but
Evening
we need
light
supplier
narrator
approval.
deep,
I'll call them.
anticipatory. The sun dipped lower. Shadows stretched across Oakwood Estates. But Mark wasn't hiding in the dark. He emerged from his front door, not with anger.
This is
not
private
with
property. You
weapons,
must leave
but
now.
with metal.
Please,
a
it's an
heavy ring of
emergency. We have
industrial
nowhere else to
keys,
go.
a
I have
portable
my orders.
lockbox
No
in his other
exceptions.
hand.
But
The
sir,
neighbors
we're
watched.
desperate.
The
We'll
whole
find another
watched.
way.
They expected
We have to get
surrender.
through this
they
gate.
expected a lawyer's
looks
letter.
locked
They got
and dangerous.
strategy.
It's our
Facts.
only way.
Keys
Come on.
jingling.
All right.
Footsteps
Let's stay
on
close.
pavement toe.
Always.
Close up of keys and logbox
Listen to me.
focus on
We were
props
out of
narrator.
time. The situation
Look
has
at those
escalated
keys.
far beyond our
Old,
control.
Rusty,
If we don't
heavy.
act now, there will
These
be no
weren't
turning
house
back.
keys.
We
These
must
were gate
proceed
keys.
whatever the
Master
costs are.
keys.
This
The
legal
kind you
notice
don't
is
get
addressed to you.
From a hardware
It
store.
outlines the
The
actions
kind
you must take
inherit.
immediately.
Mark walked past
Failure
his
to comply will
driveway,
result in
past
legal
the yellow
consequences.
swing set, past the
Please review
security
it carefully.
guard. He didn't look at them. He had a destination. The main entrance. The subdivision gate. The one everyone used. The one the HOA controlled. Or so they thought. Facts. Metal clinking. Distant traffic 1001. Main gate wide shot establishing the location narrator. He stopped at the main entrance.
This
The
notice of
iron
violation
gates
has
stood
serious
tall.
repercussions.
Brick pillars
This can't
on
be
either
happening. It's a
side.
misunderstanding.
The
The evidence is clear. You must comply.
I followed every protocol.
The report says
to
otherwise.
control access, to assert authority. But Mark stood before it, calm, unmoved. The security guard stepped forward, confused. The board president stood by her golf
We have to
cart.
go now.
Her smirk
Through
was
the
fading.
gate.
She didn't know
No
what was
turning
coming.
McSalmain. Trust me.
Facts. Electric hum
Follow
of
me.
gate.
We move together.
Tension drone guard
Ready?
confused.
Let's go.
Sir,
I can't let you,
can't
in.
be
The gate
here.
stays locked.
This is
But you don't
community
understand.
property.
I have to get
Step back.
through.
When my orders are clear, no
Whole
one
lady
passes.
confused
This is a
medium
matter of
shot
life and
lady
death.
Narrator.
I'm sorry.
She watched, waiting for him to leave, waiting for the guard to escort him away. But Mark didn't step back. He stepped closer. He held up the keys. The metal clinked in the silence. He spoke clearly, loud enough for the neighbors, loud enough for the board. His voice wasn't shaking. It was steady, like a judge reading a verdict. Facts. Keys clink loudly, Mark firm. Authoritative. Community property? Check your records. 1985 developer agreements. This land, this gate, it's not yours. 2002. Mark announcing ownership low angle. Mark looks powerful narrator. The air froze. Mark continued. He cited the law, the original plats, the easement rights, the gate mechanism, the land it stood on, never deeded to the HOA.
Mark,
it
we have
remained
to
private
go.
property.
Now.
What are you
Original
talking
lot
about?
owners.
They know it's
Specifically,
not safe
him,
here.
lot
How? What
42.
do we do?
The words
My car
hung
is
in
close.
the
Let's go.
air.
Okay.
Heavy,
Let's go.
unmistakable. The guard stopped. The board president stopped. The neighbors
can't
leaned
believe this.
closer. Mark,
This
I own the
changes
mechanism.
everything.
I own the land. You're trespassing. All of you, narrator. It wasn't a threat. It was a fact. And facts are harder to fight than anger. 2. Hoa lady shock reaction close-up of face draining color narrator. Look at her face. The color drained. Instantly, her eyes widened. The realization hit like a truck. They had built a park on his land. They had blocked his car. They had threatened fines. But in doing so, they had walked into a trap. He owned the lawn, but now, he owned the exit. The only way in or out of their community. FX. Sharp musical sting.
Motion carries.
Heartbeat Hoa lady whispering, shocked.
We need to talk. It's important.
He owns the gate?
What is it?
That's impossible.
I
30
overheard something.
visual
We
7.
can't ignore it.
Guard
did you
looking
hear?
in certain
Plans that
medium.
put everyone at
Shot
risk.
of guard
We have to
narrator.
act now.
The guard looked
It's
at
a
the
pleasure
lady,
to do business
then
with
at
you.
Mark, then at the
Likewise, I
keys.
believe this will
His
be mutually
posture
beneficial.
changed.
Absolutely.
He wasn't sure who
I
to
look
guard
forward to our
anymore.
next steps.
If Mark
As
owned
do
the
I.
gate,
Let's schedule
then
a
Mark
follow-up.
was the authority here. The Hoa's power was an illusion, a bubble, and Mark had just brought the pin. The board president stepped forward, her voice shaky, trying to regain control.
This
Guard
document is an
uncertain.
easement agreement
Ma'am,
and
if
boundaries
he owns
outlining the
land,
terms and conditions.
I can't stop
The
him.
agreement is executed by the parties
Narrator.
whose signatures appear below.
Even the
Their
enforcement
signatures
was
affirm
crumbling.
acceptance and
The chain
understanding
of
of the
command
terms.
was broken. Mark
Well,
inserting keys
here we are.
close-up of action narrator. Mark didn't wait for
Back
permission.
home.
He approached a gatehouse, the lockbox in hand. The keys ready. He wasn't asking for access. He
Here are
was
the
granting
keys.
it or
Thank you.
denying it. The power
all
dynamic
set.
had flipped
I appreciate it.
completely in one evening. The aggressors were now the ones trapped, unable to leave, unable to enter, without negotiating with the men they had tried to bully. FX. Key inserting into lock mark calm until the
This is
trespass
such a peaceful
ceases.
spot.
The gate remains secure.
love these quiet
Wide
walks.
shot power dynamic.
The sun
Mark
feels
versus
so
Hoa
good out
narrator.
here.
The neighbors saw
Just
it.
what I needed
The
today.
shift. The Hoa stood powerless. Mark stood sovereign. They had used community rules as a weapon. But Mark used property law as a shield. And now, as a sword. The yellow swing set looked smaller now. The sign looked faker. The authority looked hollow. FX. Wind blowing. Tense music 4. Mark confident final shot dramatic. Composition narrator outro CTA. Mark owned the key. Literally and figuratively. The Hoa thought they locked him in, but he just locked them out. Would you have checked the gate deeds? Comment below. Subscribe for part 6 where the gate closes. The battle for lot 42 continues.
I've been thinking a
Don't
lot
miss
about
it.
challenges we're
AFX.
facing.
Dramatic
It's not easy,
music sting.
but I believe
Fade
we can
out.
overcome them.
Mark
But we
removing
need to
Hoa
support each other
keypad
to make
slow
it happen.
pan.
Together,
Night
we
lighting
can do this.
narrator deep.
Hello there, it's great
Dramatic.
to see you.
The night
I
had
really
fully
enjoyed our
fallen.
conversation
Streetlights
yesterday.
buzzed overhead.
Your
but the brightest
insights
scene
were
wasn't
incredibly
the
helpful.
light. It was
I
the
look forward to
action.
talking again
Mark
soon.
didn't call the police. He didn't call a lawyer. He picked up a screwdriver in a move that sent shockwaves through the neighborhood. Mark reached for the electronic keypad, the very device the Hoa used to control access, to collect FEs, to rule. He didn't ask permission. He simply began to unscrew it. FX electric. Buzzer. Screwdriver turning O. Close up unscrewing keypad focus on hands or tools narrator. Listen to the sound. Metal on metal. Screws loosening. Wires exposed. The Hoa's authority was literally being dismantled. Piece by piece. Mark's hands were steady. No shaking. No hesitation. He knew the risk. He knew the consequences. But he also knew the law. Trespassers don't get to keep the keys. The keypad came loose. He set it aside, on the grass, where it belonged. FX, screws dropping on grass, wires snapping. Mark calm, working. Private property, unauthorized devices, removing, installing new deadbolt medium shot of Mark narrator. But he didn't leave it open. Oh no, from his lockbox, he produced something new. A high-security deadbolt. Heavy, steel, unpickable. He aligned it with the gatehouse door. The drill word. Holes were made. The lock was seated. This wasn't vandalism. This was security. This was asset protection. He was securing what was his against those who stole from him. FX. Drill whirring. Metal clicking. Mark. Securing my assets until the trespass ceases. That's the law. Narrator. He calmly explained it. No shouting. Just facts. Since the Hoa was currently trespassing on his private property to maintain their illegal park, he was exercising his right, his legal right, to log them out. Hoa lady panic reaction close-up of face narrator. Look at her face. The board president. Her mouth opened. No sound came out. She scrambled forward, her heels sinking into the grass. She tried to speak, to threaten, to command, but the words died in her throat. What could she say? Stop protecting your own property. The irony was choking her. Facts. Sharp intake of breath. Hoa lady panicked, shrill. You can't do this.
We need to address these
This
issues
is community
immediately.
access.
The reports
Put
show
that
a
back.
clear and
You're
urgent need
locking
for
us
action.
out.
We
Mark
cannot
cold.
delay. The
You
consequences
locked me
could
in
be severe.
first. Now
I
we're
urge you
even.
to act now.
Guard standing aside. Medium shot of guard narrator. The security guard watched. He didn't move. He didn't intervene. Why would he? His job was to protect property. Whose property? Mark's. The guard crossed his arms. He looked at the lady, then at Mark. He made his choice. He stepped aside. Neutrality. In a war like this,
Mark, what is this?
neutrality
Explain
is a
yourself.
verdict. The
It's not
Hoa
what you
had
think. I
lost
can
even the
explain.
enforcement.
Explain what? These documents aren't
Facts.
clear.
Heavy
Complicated.
sigh
I
from
need
guard.
time.
Time, we're done
quiet.
here.
Fine.
It's his
You'll
door,
see.
ma'am. I can't stop him. Cars lining up inside. Wide shot of headlights. Narrator. And then, the sound started. Honking. One car. Then two. Then a line.
No, I won't
Residents
allow it.
returning home from
The
work.
matter's
From
closed.
dinner.
Do
from
not bring it up
life.
again.
They approached the gate.
This is not up for
expecting it
debate.
to open. Expecting the
I
keypad
expect
to
you to
glow,
respect
but it
that.
was dark. The
Looking
gate
good,
was
guys.
still.
Keep it
They
neat.
were
You
trapped
got it, boss.
inside their own
Watch the
community
bushes there.
by their
Got it.
own
All
board.
clear.
Facts. Car horns honking.
All done on this
repeatedly.
side.
Driver
Perfect.
distant,
Good work.
Angry.
We have to
Open
talk
the gate.
about this
What's
now.
going on?
I don't know,
Narrator.
but this isn't the place.
Confusion. Spread
I
like
care.
wildfire.
We need to fix this.
Headlights flashed.
All right.
Engines revved.
What's your
the
plan?
board scrambled. Phones were out. Calls were made, but no one had the code because the code was gone. Turning key in deadbolt. Close-up of action. Narrator. Mark held the key.
Attention,
The
we have a
only
situation
key.
that requires
He
your
inserted
cooperation.
It into the new deadbolt.
Please remain
The metal
calm and
slid
follow my
home.
instructions
Perfect
precisely.
fit. He turned
Move
it.
toward the
Once,
exit now.
twice.
Do not
The
deviate.
sound echoed through the night.
All right,
Click,
time to get
click.
going.
It was the sound of power shifting. The sound
see
of
what's ahead.
authority evaporating. The sound of justice. Facts. Loud lock click.
Stop right there. Don't
Metallic
move.
echo. Mark
Officer, I didn't do
whispering.
anything.
Click.
I need to see
Narrator.
some of the ID now.
The irony
this
was
is
poetic.
ridiculous.
The very tool
Sir,
the
hands
Hoa
where I can
used to
see 'em.
exclude non-residents
Unit
was
12,
now
go
being
ahead.
used by a resident
advised,
to
suspect is
exclude the
heading
Hoa
east on Fifth
from
Street.
managing the entrance.
Copy. Description?
They wanted exclusivity.
White male, 6
They
foot,
got
dark
it.
jacket.
Hoa
Copy that.
members
Moving.
scrambling wide. Shot of chaos.
I can't believe
narrator.
this is happening.
Panic. Pure
After
panic.
everything been
the
through.
board members ran around.
How could you
trying
do
the
this to me?
keypad, pushing the gate,
I have
yelling
to
at the
think to move
guard,
on.
but the lock held. The gate held. Mark stood back, watching. He didn't gloat. He didn't smile. He just observed. The realization hit them. Their authority was gone, evaporated.
there a problem, officer?
The moment that lock
Ma'am,
clicked
please
shut.
stop your vehicle.
Okay, stopping
facts.
now.
Voices
You can't
shouting.
drive this on the
Frantic
street.
Movement.
But it's just
Hoa
a golf
lady
cart.
It's
desperate.
against regulations.
Call the locksmith.
Listen
Call
closely.
the police.
We have a serious
Do
situation
something.
involved.
Mark standing
You follow
back,
my efforts,
satisfied.
exactly.
Medium shot of
Time
Mark
is
narrator.
critical. We must act
Mark
right now.
stood back.
Stay with
hands
me
in
and we'll get through
pockets.
this.
The night air was cool. The tension was thick, but he was calm. He had secured his asset. He had protected his boundary. He had shown them the limit of their power. The neighbors watched
sorry,
from their
you can't
cars.
enter.
They
The
saw
property
the
is
board
private.
helpless.
What?
They
We
saw
were told
Mark
we could come
standing
in.
firm.
This is
the hero
ridiculous.
wasn't
We have an
wearing
appointment.
a cape. He
I
was
have my
wearing
orders.
a gray t-shirt.
Please turn the car around.
Facts. Wind blowing. Quiet ambient 5. Lock gate composition final dramatic shot narrator outro CTA. The gate was locked. The community was trapped, but the law was free. Mark had turned their weapon against them. Would you have locked the gate or called the police first? Comment below. Subscribe for part 7 where the board breaks. The battle for lot 42 continues. Don't miss it. AFX. Dramatic music sting. Fade out end. Wide shot gate or night chaos slow pan. Car headlights narrator deep. Tense. Panic set in among the board members. The situation had reached a boiling point. Chaos reigned at the entrance. Residents
Operator,
demanded
patch me through to
answers.
extension
They honked their
2086.
horns.
Yes,
They
this is
shouted
urgent.
from
The
their
situation is
windows.
escalating.
They wanted to
I'll
go to
hold.
work. They wanted
I
to go to
understand.
school,
We'll handle it.
but the gate was shut.
I'll review the notes
The
and
community
coordinate
they
immediately.
controlled was now
The team
turning
needs to
against
assemble
them.
now. We
Lights
can't delay.
flashed from cars.
I'll be there at
Phones
10.
buzzed endlessly. FX.
Yes, I've
Car
reviewed the
horns
projections. The
honking.
growth is
Angry
promising.
shouting, oh.
The supply chain needs attention. I'll follow up. Agreed. Let's schedule for next
She
week.
tried to commend them.
Good night.
Desperation in her voice. Stay calm. It's a temporary measure. We are resolving it. But no one listened. The trust was broken. The authority was gone. They saw the lock. They saw the truth. The HOA was powerless. The residents wanted out. And they blamed the board. Facts. Crowd murmuring, HOA lady panicked. Shrill. Stop honking.
Evening. All
We are
quiet on the
fixing it.
perimeter.
Just wait.
Good to hear.
Mark posting
Have a safe
signs,
patrol.
medium
Will
shot
do.
of Mark
You have a good night.
narrator. She turned to Mark, desperation in her eyes. She tried one last
shouldn't be
weapon.
here. This is
the
private.
legal
I know,
threat.
but
I need to
I'll
speak
file an
with
emergency
Secretary.
injunction. You'll be
need to
in
leave.
court by
Now.
morning.
Please,
You
just
can't
5
do
minutes.
this.
It's important.
This
No,
is
leave
illegal.
before I call
Mark
security.
didn't flinch.
Control,
He
this is
didn't
checkpoint
argue.
Alpha.
He
Perimeter
simply
breach.
pointed.
Affirmative Alpha.
Behind
Motion
her,
sensors
on the
trip.
yellow
Possible
swing
intruder.
set.
Copy. Requesting
Facts.
backup.
Hammer
Backup en
tapping
route.
sign
ETA
into
5
ground
minutes.
1.
Moving to secure.
32. Close-up signs focus on text narrator. Fresh signs were posted. White stakes. Bold red letters. No trespassing. Private property. Violators will be
believe this is happening
prosecuted.
again.
Mark spoke
We
calmly.
have to do something with you
Injunction
first.
for protecting my
The
land.
consequences will be
Every minute that
irreversibly.
park stays on my lawn,
must
the
know.
fine increases. Hourly.
State your
daily.
purpose.
You are costing
I
yourselves
have an
money.
appointment.
Mark
Clearance
calm,
code.
cold.
Alpha 72T9.
Each swing set
Confirmed.
leg is
Proceed.
a separate violation.
Thank you.
Guard refusing arms cross medium.
Evening.
Shot of
Code
guard
is
narrator.
4729.
The guard
Good evening,
stood
sir.
nearby.
Checking now.
Arms crossed.
Confirmed.
The
Access
lady
granted.
looked at him. Arrest him.
Thank you. Please
Remove
proceed to the
him.
main office.
Do your
Will
job.
do. Thank you.
The guard shook his head.
Got the keys?
He wouldn't risk his
Time to
job
check out
for
my
their
new
illegal
place.
game.
This is going to be
FX.
great.
Heavy side guard
Let's go see.
firm. Ma'am, this is a private property dispute. I can't intervene. Liability issues. I'm not getting sued for this. Mark speaking ultimatum low angle. Mark looks powerful narrator. Even the enforcement abandoned her. Mark continued. The gate stays locked. Until the equipment is removed. Until the sod is restored. Until my property is mine again. Negotiate from there. Then maybe
Almost
the gate
there. It's a bit more
opens.
torque.
The ultimatum was clear.
All right. That should hold
Mark,
it. Let's get
remove the
inside.
park. Restore the sod. Then we talk. Hoa lady defeated
Listen,
close-up of
we don't
face
have my
narrator.
The situation has
reality
escalated
sank
beyond what
in.
we anticipated.
The aggressors were
I
now
need
the
you to
trapped
trust
ones,
me and act
unable
now.
to leave,
Please.
unable to enter,
Before it's too
without
late.
negotiating with the man
Dit
they
expo
bullied.
sudden pause.
The board
1016
members
at
looked
Elman
each
Sith,
other.
moving to
Defeated.
investigate.
The residents
Approaching the vehicle.
watched.
Stand by.
Silent now. The victory
Show me your
was
hands,
visible.
now!
FX. Silence. Wind blowing 3. Wide shot power flip Mark versus Hoa narrator. The power dynamic had completely flipped. The hunter became the hunted. The lock was not just on the gate. It was on their authority. They had tried to use the rules as a weapon, but Mark used the law as a shield. And now, as a sword.
Yes, I understand. How bad is it?
Dramatic
Okay, thank
music
you.
swell 4.
Listen up,
Final
the deal is falling
composition,
apart.
dramatic
We need a
shot,
new strategy
narrator,
now.
What
outro,
about the contingency
CTA.
plan?
Yes,
This
but we
was
need
a lesson
supplier
in
approval.
property
I'll
rights.
call them.
Never underestimate the homeowner. Would you find them for trespassing? Comment below. Subscribe for Part 8, where they remove the park. The battle for Lot 42 continues.
This is private property.
Don't
You
miss
must
it.
leave now.
FX.
Please, it's an emergency.
Dramatic
We have
music
nowhere else to
sting.
go.
Fade
I have
out
my
end.
orders. No exceptions.
But sir, we're desperate!
We'll find another way.
Oh.
We have to get through this
30
gate.
visual 1.
It looks locked
Wide
and
shot
dangerous.
lawn at night crew
It's our
working
only
slow
way.
pan.
Come on.
Work
All right.
lights narrator
Let's
deep.
stay close.
Always.
Resolute. The resolution
Listen to me.
came
We are
swiftly.
out of time.
The phone rang
The
in the board
situation has
president's
escalated far
office.
beyond our
It was
control.
legal counsel.
If we don't act now,
contacted
there
in
will
a
be no
frenzy.
turning back.
The advice was
We must
blunt.
proceed whatever
Cease
the
all
cops are.
operations.
This legal
Immediately.
notice is addressed
Avoid
to
a
you.
lawsuit.
It
Unlawful
outlines the actions
detention
you
of
must take
residents.
immediately.
Conversion of private
Failure to comply will
property.
result in
The
legal
liability
consequences.
was massive. The
Please
Hoa
review it
had
carefully.
overplayed their hand. Fax. Phone ringing, distant shouting, oh, close up. Crew removing stakes, focus on hands or soil narrator. Under the watchful eyes of the entire neighborhood. The order was given. Dismantle the park. Within the hour, the maintenance crew moved quickly, carefully removing every stake, every patch of dirt they had
This notice of
disturbed.
violation has
The
serious
yellow
repercussions.
swing set came
This
down,
can't be happening. It's
piece
a
by piece.
misunderstanding.
The evidence
sound
is
of
clear.
screws
You must
turning,
comply.
The sound
I
of
followed
defeat.
every protocol.
FX.
The report says
Screwdriver
otherwise.
turning, metal clanking, worker muttering. Can't believe we have to undo all this. Picnic table being loaded, medium shot of crew narrator. The picnic table was lifted,
We have to go now.
loaded onto
Through
the
that
truck.
gate.
The sign was
There's no turning
pulled
mixed up
from the
me.
grass.
Trust me.
Community gathering spot.
Follow me.
It
We
was
move
buried
together.
in the back of the truck.
Ready?
Where it
Let's
belonged.
go.
The lawn was being
can't let
returned
you
to
in.
its
The
original
gate stays
state.
locked.
Green
But you don't
grass,
understand. I have
empty
to get
space,
through.
marked
My orders are
space.
clear. No one passes.
Facts.
This is a
Heavy
matter of
lifting,
life and
truck
death.
Engine 1.
I'm sorry.
A lady defeated, close-up of face narrator. The board president stood nearby. Defeated, humiliated. Her stiff blazer looked wrinkled now. Her clipboard hung loosely at her side. She watched her authority vanish with the swing set. She knew she had lost. Not just the battle, the war. The neighbors watched, silent, judging, FX. Wind blowing, quiet ambient Hoa lady quiet, defeated. We made a mistake. Mark standing on porch medium shot of Mark narrator. Mark stood on his porch. He didn't smile. He didn't gloat. He just watched. Justice was being served. Not through
Mark, we
shouting,
have to go.
not through
Now.
violence.
What are you talking
Through the
about?
quiet
They
application
know
of
it's not
property
safe
law.
here.
The lawn
How?
was
What do
healing.
we do?
The wound
My
was
car's
closing.
close. Let's go.
Mark
Okay.
calm.
Let's go.
Property rights aren't suggestions. They're laws, too. Lady handing
can't
letter
believe this.
close-up of hands narrator.
This
She
changes
approached
everything.
him. Slowly. In her hand, a letter, a check. She handed it to Mark. Personally, a letter of apology. A check for damages. She acknowledged the truth. Their interpretation of the bylaws was not only wrong, it was illegal. Fax, paper rustling Hoa lady. Here, for the trouble, we were wrong. Mark accepting letter medium shot of Mark narrator. Mark took it. He didn't read it there. He didn't need to. The action spoke louder. The check was accepted. The apology was noted. But the trust, that was gone. Forever. The board had shown their true colors. Mark accepted. But remember this. Lawn
Motion
restored,
carries.
wide shot of green grass narrator.
We need to talk.
The lawn
It's
was
important.
returned to its original
What is
state.
it?
Pristine green
I
grass.
overheard something. We
no
can't
swings,
ignore it.
No
What did you
signs.
hear?
Just
Plans
peace.
that put
But
everyone
the
at
memory
risk.
of the
We
locked
have to
gate
act now.
lingered in the air.
It's a pleasure
the
to do
neighbors
business with you.
remembered. The board
Likewise,
remembered.
I believe this will
Mark
be mutually
remembered.
beneficial.
Facts.
Absolutely. I look
Birds
forward to our next
chirping.
steps.
Morning
As do
light
I.
transition
Let's schedule a
4.
follow-up.
Final composition dramatic shot narrator outro CTA. Power shifts quickly when the law is on your side. Would you accept the apology or sue them? Comment below. Subscribe.
This document is
for
an easement
Part 9
agreement and
where the
boundaries
aftermath
outlining the
begins.
terms and conditions.
The battle for
The agreement
Lot
is executed by the
42
parties whose
concludes
signatures
soon.
appear below.
Don't miss it.
Their signatures
FX.
affirm acceptance and understanding
Dramatic
of the
music
terms.
sting. Fade
Well,
out end.
here we are. At home.
Community hall exterior morning slow pan.
Here are the keys.
Bright light
Thank you.
narrator deep. Reflective.
You're all set.
Justice
I
was
appreciate it.
served. Not through shouting matches, not through violence, but through the quiet, steady application of property law and strategic leverage. The dust had settled on Oakwood Estates, but the real change was just beginning. The sun rose
This
on
is
a
such
new
a
week,
peaceful spot.
a new era.
I love these quiet
birds
walks.
chirping.
The
distant
sun
crowd
feels so
murmuring
good
on
out here.
Interior meeting room voting
Just what I
focus
needed
on
today.
ballot box narrator. The Hoa board faced a recall election the following week. The community hall was packed. Residents were furious. Their dues had been wasted on illegal construction, on legal fees, all resulting from the board's incompetence. They demanded answers. They demanded change. FX, papers shuffling, murmuring resident angry. Our money funded their mistakes. Vote them out. Mark observing back of room medium shot of Mark narrator. Mark stood at the back of the room. He didn't run for the board. He didn't seek power. He just sought respect. He watched as the old board members packed their boxes. The board president wasn't there. She
I've been
had
thinking a
resigned.
lot about
Her
challenges we're
authority was
facing.
gone.
It's not
Facts.
easy, but
Box
I
taping
believe we can
sound
overcome
Mark
them.
internal
But we
monologue.
need to support each
I
other to
didn't
make it
want
happen.
their job.
Together,
I
we
just
can do
wanted
this.
my land.
Hello
New
there,
board
it's great to
members
see
shaking
you.
hands, medium
I
shot of
really enjoyed our
handshake
conversation
narrator.
yesterday.
A new board was
Your
elected.
insights were
Compliant,
incredibly helpful.
Respectful.
I look
They
forward to
understood
talking
the
again soon.
boundaries, both legal and
got
physical.
it!
They approached
over
Mark
here!
after the
My
meeting.
turn!
They had a document,
Yeah,
a
go
formal
for it!
easement agreement,
I'm open!
respecting his
Woo,
boundaries
type
forever.
one!
No more gray areas. FX, handshake sound new board. We respect your property lines. This is guaranteed. Mark signing agreement close up. Of pen on paper narrator. Mark read the terms. Clear, unambiguous. No more community zones on private land. He signed, but he didn't hand over everything just yet. He held something back. A symbol, a reminder. The power dynamic had shifted permanently. FX, pen scratching paper mark. Signed. But remember this moment. Close-up of agreement document focus on text narrator. The document was filed. Official. Legal. Binding. The Hoa could never claim that land again. The deed was safe. The boundaries were marked. Mark stood up. He reached into his pocket. He felt the metal. The key. FX. Mark
Almost there, just a
holding
bit more
keys,
torque.
thoughtful medium shot of Mark narrator.
All right, that should hold it.
Mark kept the
get
gate key
inside.
for a month as a reminder to them And to himself,
Listen,
power isn't
we don't
given.
have my
It's
file.
protected.
The situation
Every time
has
he touched
escalated
that
beyond
key,
what we anticipated.
He remembered the lock.
I need you to
he
trust
remembered
me
the
and act
stand.
now.
He remembered
Please.
the night the gate
Before
closed.
it's too late.
Facts.
Detest
Wind
for Southern
blowing Mark
Possible
internal
1016 at
monologue.
Elman Sif, moving to
Trust
investigate.
is earned.
Approaching the vehicle,
Handing
stand
over
by.
keys close-up of hands narrator.
Show me your hands, now!
Eventually, he returned control. Only after the new board signed. Only after the agreement was filed. He handed over the key. Calmly, the gate was theirs to manage again, but never to abuse. The transfer was silent, but loud in meaning. Facts. He hand over sound new board. Thank you, Mark, for your patience. Mark
Yes,
on
I
restored
understand. How
lawn,
bad is it?
white shot of green
thank
grass
you.
narrator.
Listen up. The
The
deal is
lawn was
falling
green.
apart. We need
The
a new
gate was
strategy
open.
now.
What about the
But the
contingency
memory
plan?
lingered.
Yes, but
the
we need
story
supplier
served as a
approval.
stark
call them.
reminder to communities everywhere. Bureaucratic overreach has limits. Rules have boundaries. Don't forget that. Facts. Grass rustling 4.
This is private
15-5.
property. You must leave
Oh,
now.
visual
Please,
10.
it's an emergency. We have
Final
nowhere else to
symbolic.
go.
Shut
I have my
dramatic
orders, no
composition
exceptions.
narrator
But
out
sir,
to a
we're
CTA.
desperate.
We'll find
Sometimes
another way.
the homeowner holds
We
the
have to
ultimate
get through
key
this gate.
to the kingdom,
It looks
to their
locked
home,
and
to their
dangerous.
rights. Don't
It's our
let
only way.
anyone
Come
take
on.
that.
All
Check
right.
your deeds.
Let's stay
know
close.
your lines.
Always.
Would you keep the key
Listen
or
to me.
return
We
it
are outside
immediately?
time. The
Comments
situation has
below.
escalated
Subscribe
far
for
beyond
the
our
finale.
control.
The
If we
battle
don't
for
act
Lot
now, there will be
42
no turning back.
concludes. Don't
We
miss
must
it.
proceed
Facts.
whatever the cost.
Dramatic
This legal
music
notice
sting.
is addressed to
Fade
you.
out end. Mark
It
and
outlines
restored
the actions
lawn,
you must
peaceful
take
slow
immediately.
pan. Bright
Failure to
morning
comply will
narrator
result in
deep,
legal consequences.
reflective. This
Please review it
dramatic turn
carefully.
of events highlights more than just a neighborhood dispute. It highlights the critical importance of knowing your deed, understanding where your property lines truly end. Many homeowners sign papers without reading. They assume the HOA knows best. They assume the rules are absolute. But assumptions are dangerous. Mark didn't win with anger. He won with knowledge.
This notice of
He
violation
won
has
with
serious
paperwork.
repercussions.
The lawn
This
is
can't be
green
happening. It's a
again,
misunderstanding.
But the lesson
The
is
evidence is
permanent.
clear. You must
Facts.
comply.
I
Birds
followed
chirping.
every protocol.
Peaceful ambient
The report
tone.
says
Close up
otherwise.
Mark's face, thoughtful focus on eyes narrator. Think about it. How many people know their exact boundaries? How many know where the grass ends and the sidewalk begins? Mark knew.
We have to go
because
now.
He checked.
Through
He
that
didn't
gate.
guess. He went to the
Antonio
county
Mixel
clerk.
Maine.
He read
Trust
the
me.
plats. He understood
Follow
the
me.
law.
We move
While
together.
HOAs have authority,
Ready?
they are
Let's go.
not above the law. They
I can't
serve
let
the
you in.
residents,
The gate
not
stays
the
locked.
other way
But you don't
around.
understand. I
Power
have to get
belongs the
through.
people,
My
not
orders
the
are clear.
board.
No one passes.
Never forget that.
This is a matter of life and
Facts.
death.
I'm
Paper
sorry.
rustling sound effect 1. Hands holding deed document close-up of paper narrator. Attempting to seize private land for community use can backfire spectacularly, especially when a homeowner knows their rights. The HOA wanted space. They wanted control, but they took too much. They pushed too hard, and when they met resistance, they crumbled. Legal fees. Recall elections. Humiliation. The cost of greed was higher than the value of the land. Justice was served quietly. Facts. Pen signing sound 1. Main gate open normal wide shot of gate narrator. The gate is open now. Cars pass through freely. The keypad works, but the memory remains. The neighbors remember who stood firm. The board remembers who holds the key. Literally and figuratively, the balance of power has been
Mark,
restored.
we have to go.
But
Now.
vigilance
What
is
are you talking
required.
about?
Rights
They
aren't
know it's
permanent.
not safe
They
here.
must be
How?
defended.
What do we do?
Every single
My
day.
car's close.
Your
Let's go.
home is your
Okay.
castle.
Let's go.
Protect it. Facts. Car passing. Gate motor 2. Mark
can't
looking
believe
at
this.
camera direct address breaking the fourth wall
changes
narrator. So, let me ask you directly. What would you have done if you woke up to a playground on your front yard? Would you have checked your deeds first? Or would you have argued with the board? Emotions cloud judgment. Facts clear the path. Mark chose facts. He chose law. He chose patience. And he won. What would your choice be? Facts. Subtle tension builds too. Close up Mark smiling friendly expression narrator. Let us know in the comments below. How would you handle this kind of neighborhood overreach? Your story might help someone else. Someone watching right now. Someone facing the same fight. Share your knowledge. Share your experience.
Motion carries.
Community isn't about control. It's about support.
We need to talk.
About
It's important.
respecting boundaries.
What is it?
About knowing when to say
I
no.
overheard something. We
Facts.
can't ignore it.
Warm
What did you
music
hear?
swell 3.
Plans that put everyone
Children
at risk.
playing on
We have
grass
to
safe
act now.
peaceful neighborhood vibe
It's a pleasure to do
narrator.
business with you.
Remember to
Likewise,
always
I
verify
believe this
your
will be
property
mutually beneficial.
lines.
Absolutely.
Before assuming
I look
the
forward
rules
to our
are
next
absolute.
steps. As
They
do I.
aren't.
Let's
Rules
schedule a
can be
follow-up.
challenged. Laws can be enforced. Your home is your sanctuary. Protect it. Don't let bureaucracy bully you. Don't let fines scare you. Stand firm. Read your deed. Know
This
your
document
rights.
is an easement agreement
Knowledge
and
is your
boundaries
best
outlining the
defense
terms and
against
conditions.
overreach.
The agreement is
Facts.
executed by the parties whose
Children
signatures
laughing
appear below.
softly 3.
Their
Mark
signatures
walking
affirm
to front
acceptance
door,
and
back to
understanding of the
camera
terms.
narrator.
Well,
Mark's story is
here we are.
closed, but yours is just beginning. Whether you're an
At
NHOA
home.
or not, know your boundaries. Protect your space. The battle for Lot 42 is over.
Here are
the
the
battle
keys.
for rights
Thank you.
continues. Everywhere.
You're
every
all set.
day. Be like
I
Mark.
appreciate it.
Be prepared. Be informed. Don't sleep on your rights. Wake up and verify. AFX. Doro final wide shot and fade out dramatic composition narrator outro CTA. Subscribe for more stories of justice. Like this video if you stand with Mark. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. The battle for Lot 42 is closed, but the lesson remains. Know your rights. Protect your home. Thank you for watching. This is the end. AFX. Dramatic music sting. Fade to silence end.